One of the most anticipated cultural events of the year is coming up here at Central Library. It's the 26th annual Meet the Artist exhibit and gala reception. Begins on January 29th and continues through March 22nd. This year, Samuel E Vázquez. Samuel, thank you for joining us and being part of Meet the Artist this year. Tell us about the types of works that you will produce.
The types of works that I will have at the this year's show, which every exhibit that I show is new work. So people will get the opportunity to see new pieces that I will create for this show. And type of work that I do is based on graffiti art. Growing up in New York, doing subway trains in the 80s and tagging the city as a young person. Now I've transferred that into abstract paintings using the colors, motion, movement, rhythm of the artwork itself. So it's graffiti in a different level.
Interesting.
Grown in an evolution state. And also it allows me to use different mediums and different tools as far as brushes, with graffiti being spray paint. Now I still use spray paints, but I'm incorporating brushes, markers, pencils, and different textures in my work.
Tell us a little bit about the history of graffiti art. Has it become more mainstream, and what about here in Indianapolis?
I think, if anything, it's got more accepted in different circles. It's become, it's been supported by corporate as far as some of the companies that are creating tools specific for graffiti art, where when it first started, we had to create our own tools as far as markers and utilize the what was available to us at the time. Mm-hmm. So now it's more specialized. Now it's more defined.
Okay.
I guess, and it's being looked at more as a profession in a sense, where you have actual festivals for it, and people go out and paint, like the event that goes here every year in Indianapolis, Subsurface. So those are things that are happening now with graffiti. But back then it was underground and in a very tight community.
Right. That seems to have been the image from which it sprang.
Yes. It was birthed from a difficult time in New York City at the time, with the fiscal crisis and everything that was going on at the city.
Right.
A lot of my work shows that energy, almost like decay, but there's beauty in it. I show color, and to us it was a way to bring color to an environment that seemed depressing at the time. So we didn't have access to museums or to a place like this, so we were creating our own artwork and sharing it with the city.
Interesting. What does it mean to you as a local artist to be able to participate in an event of this magnitude and really get this kind of exposure? Because this has become a very big event in the city.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've always looked into, places that art is not necessarily known to be shown, and actually exposing it to a different audience. We know about galleries and museums, but to have it in a different space, it really speaks of where art can be seen and experienced. And that's always I always look for those types of opportunities. So when Anthony invited me to participate, I was excited about it and elated. And I've heard about it past years and decided to be here for the first time.
And what a great venue here at Central Library.
It is, especially with the new building.
Yes.
And it's a great venue.
Well, thank you again for joining us for this year's Meet the Artist.